I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's real rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The line to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Here's Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Jordan. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. This, the 2nd meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year.
Tyquan Lewis makes the stop. This defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Jordan.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On 1st down, it's Jones. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 26. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a halt. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll try the air now with Tannehill.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry.
Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year, with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
On 1st down, Wentz.
Finds Hines again for the completion.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They run with Hines, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 27, Tannehill flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. They'll fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a halt. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And from down in Miami, an update and an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 8 coming up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Jones. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Jones. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Texans scoop it. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Gary Jennings, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking deep for Hilton. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. First possession in the third quarter, and interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back to throw, Tannehill.
And he's got Jordan complete right side.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. Complete to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Tannehill. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. A first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 29. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
102 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Hey, hey. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Hey. Get ready. Get ready. 41's the Mike.
Now they'll toss to Jones running left. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Switch up. Switch up. Check, 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 check. Leave. Check 15. Check 15. Switch.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check pass. Mike 41. Hey, let's get in them holes.
Now Wentz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Wentz. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Mike 51. What's the curl?
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. On 1st down, Hines. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And the catch made by Hilton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. here's Hines. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line. Waiting! I know he ain't got it. Watch the safety creep.
They'll go again to Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Here's Jackson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And certainly starting to appear that they might finally be about to suffer that first loss of the season. What a heck of a run through 3 months, though, but they trail big here. Throwing on first is Wentz. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. On Wentz's intercepted yet again. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Texans on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. Past the 20.
They should have put a stamp on there.
Aaron Jones, 52 yards. And the Texans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown Colts. Deshaun Jackson. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Now to return, this is David Johnson.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
Tannehill now to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and inches, Tannehill. He'll find Jones again, complete. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Tannehill going to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return, Jackson. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Wentz to throw.
And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game,